He's been teaching us all these 고사성어 and 사자성어 and 속담. Like last week, we were covering a lot of 속담. We covered, I think, like 5 or 6, I think.
Did,
we
yes.
covered a lot of them last week. And so for anyone who's new here, last week we kind of had this fun time where we were covering these 속담, these idiomatic expressions.
Proverbs.
Proverbs. And we would kind of be like explaining the meaning, but they weren't directly translatable. That was the fun part, is you kind of had to guess what the meaning was, I guess. Now, before we get started here, Hyunji Chae has a message for you. Would you like to read it?
Sure. 뭐야, 교수님 잘 빠지셨어요? 오늘 웬일로 더 빛나는데요? Wow, thank you. Right?
I think it's because you've got a nice little tan going on there.
I sure do, and a little BB cream on my face, right?
Oh, you should talk to Suyeon about that. We were talking about beauty products this past week here.
I need some, right?
No, not at all. Not at that. But so as we were talking about last week, we had a lot of fun figuring out the meanings between the Korean version and the Englishified version. So what was the first one that we covered last week?
Sure, so some natural metaphors here. So 개천에서 용 난다.
Yeah, so that 개천 is like a small stream, right?
Small stream.
Like a winding little stream in the countryside.
The famous one in Seoul is the 청계천, if memory
Yes.
serves.
Yeah, the 청계천. I actually used to live over by 안양천. And then I also would often just visit, I'd say, the 양재천 as well. That's
Very
a
pretty
great area to go to. There's lots of little 개천s around Seoul that you can go to. But as Daniel said, the 청계천 is the most famous one.
Certainly the
most.
most touristy. Right?
Yes, it is packed usually. But so there's this dragon coming out of it.
From a small stream.
Yeah. And what did we say that meant last week?
So that means that people coming from small places or from, I would say, pretty not very large backgrounds can grow into... Small beginnings, there we go, can have great success.
Exactly. So it's kind of like that from rags to riches feeling,
Bingo.
right?
Pauper becoming the prince.
Oh, so it's just kind of this. I had said last week, it reminds me of the drama Itaewon Class. And Park Se-roy, he kind of went from this rags to riches kind
A
of.
great expectation story.
Yeah, it was really great here. So if you guys have anyone that you can kind of recommend, let us know. But number 2 here, that was a different one as well. What was this one?
Oh, this one is a tricky one. So, 굿이나 보고 떡이나 먹지.
Yeah, so like when we're talking about the 굿 here, it's like watching an event sort of thing, right?
A ceremony
Like
to
a-
celebrate a new store, a new complex, whatever, right?
Like a spectating kind of thing. And then it's saying you eat duck.
Yes, so it says like, why not just watch the spectacle or go indulge in some rice cakes? So you're not part of the action, but you're watching from the
Sidelines.
Bingo. Yes, right.
It's just kind of that feeling of like you didn't really do anything. You just watched from the sidelines, but got to reap the benefits from it.
Probably, yes. Yeah.
And then also we had a third one here. What was that one?
Well, this is the longest one today. Not that hard, but pretty long. So, 남의 잔치에 감나라 배나라 한다.
That's right. So I loved this one because the imagery of it is just so much better than the English one, in my opinion. So we had talked about how 남의 is talking about another person, like somebody else's thing. And so 남의 잔치 is talking about another person's party. And you're kind of saying, put the pears down and the persimmons down here and here. You're kind of directing everything.
Trying to call the shots.
Yeah. And you're just sticking your nose in other people's business.
Where it doesn't belong.
Yeah. Get out. And so it was really fun. It was like that calling the shots for someone else.
Exactly, yes.
Oh, I love that. That's my favorite one from last week. But we do have 2 or 3. We had 3 more that we covered. What was the 4th one?
Oh, this one's pretty easy. So, 뭐로 가도 서울만 가면 된다.
That's right. And I had wanted to confirm with Daniel last week that moro is talking about kind of going like 비틀게. You're like not going...
A detour.
Yeah.
우회도로.
And so it's not going like a straight direct line there. But as long as you get to Seoul, it's good.
Exactly, yes.
And what did that kind of mean if we could Englishify it?
All's well that ends well.
Yeah.
Famous Shakespeare.
I love that. I love that they're easy peasy.
Title, I hope. Yeah.
And then finally, this 5th one, what was that?
Oh, this is a great one. Nice and short. So, 병 주고 약 준다.
That's right. Now, this 병 here is not talking about like a glass at all. We're talking about a disease,
Disease,
an
yes.
illness. And so you give the disease, but you give the medicine.
why even start, right? So,
yeah. Like what are you even doing here? And so we kind of said the best way you can think of that is like toying with someone.
So quit playing with me would be a similar expression. Probably.
Yeah. Stop messing around, man. What are you doing? 병 주고 약도 준다. But then this last one here, what was this one?
Oh, this is a really common one. So you'll hear this all around town. 작은 고추가 맵다.
That's right here. So as you guys know, 고추 is talking about like peppers, right?
Exactly, chili peppers.
Yeah, and they come in Korea, we got some tiny ones here, and they pack a punch.
The spiciest ones are the small ones.
Yeah, and so that's basically what they're saying is like, don't judge someone based on their size. Don't read a book or judge a book by its cover, right?
Exactly, yes. So try that pepper first, right? So.
Yeah, so we covered a lot of things last week, but this week we're kind of switching gears and we're going back to the 사자성어, aren't we?
We sure are, yes. So 4 Chinese characters that usually have some kind of deeper meaning.
Oh boy. Oh man, these are always the hardest for me, you guys.
Agreed, yes.
I feel like 사자성어 is when you learn 사자성어, even if it's not relevant to conversation, if people are just like, do you know any? And you can whip a couple out. Like, even if you like, say you forgot the meaning, you just remember the 4 characters. Doesn't matter. People are going to be like, oh my God. You
So
know,
smart.
You're so smart. So these are always great to kind of keep in the back of your mind like a secret weapon here. So what's this first one?
Okay, so today we're going to be looking at a couple that all have to do with animals.
I like that.
I love animals, right? So the first one here is 군계일학.
군계일학. I have absolutely no idea.
Okay,
literally
so
none.
Let me explain these here. So it's 무리군.
Okay.
Now this is not like an unreasonable amount of energy expended, like 무리하지 마세요. It's
Yeah.
a different 무리 here. So we're talking about like a herd or a flock or a pack of animals or a school of animals. So
Okay. All right. That makes more sense here. So a pack of animals.
a pack of animals. And what kind of animal? It's 닭개. So
like a chicken.
Yes, exactly. Like
So
계란할 때게.
A flock of chickens.
A flock of chickens.
All
and
right.
amidst that flock, there is 하나 or 한일, so one, and 학학. So this would be, I guess, the 두루미학, so the crane.
Okay. So not the 학교학.
No, totally
This
different.
is a different hak here. That's the fun of 한자, everyone.
Exactly, right.
Because there are so many different things you could be encountering here.
One of many meanings of hak, yes.
So this one is talking about the standout in the crowd there.
Exactly.
Like having a crane amongst
Chickens.
chickens.
The cream of the crop. Now, no disrespect to chickens, but when you see a crane, you're like, wow, that really does stand out.
That is a beautiful bird,
It
I
sure
will
is,
say.
yeah.
I don't even like birds. That fun fact about me, cannot stand birds. I'm terrified of them. But I will say a crane is a very beautiful bird.
Agreed. And a symbol of longevity.
Yeah, so it makes sense here. It's taller, it's very graceful, and so you're just kind of standing out so much more amongst the crowd is what it means, right?
Exactly. Shoulder above the chickens.
I love that. That's such a great imagery. Don't you guys just love Korean and its imagery? I just think it's so nice. But what is the second one here?
Okay, this is kind of hard to pronounce this one, I feel. So,
Okay.
토사구팽.
토사구팽. Okay, 토사구팽. Is this like 땅? Like the
토지 할 때
yeah.
토. Nope, good try.
Nope. Okay, what's this 토 then?
This is a very easy toe. In fact, it's 토끼 할 때 토.
Oh, really?
Rabbit. Yeah, I did not know that 토끼 토 was a Chinese character, but apparently it is, right? So,
I didn't know that. Here I am, like searching my Hanja list, being like, "What could this toe be?" It's literally
할 때 토, right?
yeah, it's literally rabbit. Cool. Okay.
sure is, yeah.
So we got rabbit. Then what?
And then the sa here is probably the most famous sa, so 죽을 사. For death.
Death
Yes,
here.
exactly.
Okay, so rabbit death.
And you'll see sa in many different words like 사망, 사상자, 사형, right? So that's a pretty common one. And then the third character here is 개 할 때 구.
So we're talking about a dog
We
here.
sure are, yes,
So the
a dog.
rabbit death, the dog, and then ping.
This is quite an unusual peng, I feel. So 삶을 팽.
Okay.
To boil. Yeah.
Okay, it's not like the ping, 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 ping. Like
No. Or
sound.
팽창할 때 팽. Totally different
Okay,
팽.
so this one is like boiling.
A dog.
A dog? No, what? Huh? No, wait,
Pretty
hold on.
scary sounding, right?
That's terrifying. So wait, the rabbit has died, and now we're boiling a dog?
Yes.
That's visually unappealing.
It sure is, right?
What are we talking about?
So let me
then?
explain here. This is, again, an agrarian proverb here, as I would say. So after you kill the rabbit, so you go hunting, you kill the rabbit, the dog helps you, and then you eat the dog too.
Oh, I get what it's saying here. It's saying that like once you've used something to like the extent that you need it, you're pretty much tossing it away.
Getting rid of it. Yeah. That poor dog.
Oh, that's so heartbreaking. I'm thinking of my puppy now, and I don't like this one anymore. That makes me sad here. Oh, we got a great message in from Kim Shi-yoon as well. Would you like to read this one?
Sure. 오늘따라 고등학교 국어 시간 같네요. 맞네요. Right. 고전문학 문제 풀려면 사자성어를 알아야 해서 공부를 했었는데 수고 많으셨어요.
네, 수고 많으셨죠. Yeah, a lot of people I feel like these days students there are specific 학원s and things you can go to study 사자성어 and these sorts of like 고사성어 and things like that. So we're learning the same things that lots of Korean students learn as well.
Yes.
So we're all learning this together. But what was this next one here?
Okay, so the next one here is a tough one too. 화룡점정.
화룡점정. Okay, so I feel like oh boy, let's see. Can you start me off here?
Sure. The 화 is pretty easy, so it's 그림화.
Oh, that 화 there.
So like 유채화 or 수채화, so for oil paintings or water colors, I guess.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like a 화성 thing here.
Or flower 화, right?
Yeah, so. Like which 화 it was there. So this one's talking about paintings.
It sure is. Yes.
Okay, and then the 룡.
Oh, this is a nice easy one. So it's 용룡. So dragon 룡. Right?
Oh, I like that. So we have a dragon masterpiece.
We sure do. So a painting of a dragon. And then the next one is 점 할 때 점.
Oh, just literally 점할 때, like when you're doing a 점.
A little dot, exactly.
Oh, that's easy peasy.
Super easy. And then the last one is pretty tricky here. So 눈동자 정.
Oh, so like kind of putting your vision on there, like putting your last kind of touch on it?
I'm guessing more like putting the center, like the cherry on top, or what's the other term? Icing on the cake, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like adding the finishing touch to a masterpiece.
To the dragon, exactly.
That
to the
like
masterpiece.
the dragon is already incredible, but you're adding that little final touch to it.
Exactly. She needs her eye, right? So,
I like that, actually. That's kind of very, once again, visual, very detailed description, I guess, for that
it's very
here.
specific, right? So.
Yeah, but I guess, for any of our Korean listeners, if we were going to Englishify that, as Daniel said, we would probably say it's the cherry on top.
Absolutely. Icing on the cake.
Icing on the cake. Yeah, that's another one. The two of them, interchangeable. We use them both equally. So
Finishing touches.
yeah, exactly. Now, we do have two more here. What's this second to last one?
Sure. So number 4 here is 견마지로.
견마지로. I'm not sure.
Okay, there are 2 animals here. So before we had 개 할 때 구, but this time we have 개견.
This is like when we used to
애견
use
할 때.
애견.
Exactly, for pets.
For pets. And so now we use 반려동물.
Exactly.
But this is that 견 there when you're using for dogs. Okay, so we have dogs and 마.
This is a very simple one. So not the ma that you can eat, kind of the yam, but in this case it's sorry, I almost said the English word there, but 말 할 때 마.
This is so the horse and the dog one.
Yes,
okay.
So 2 animals right off the bat. So.
Okay, so we got dog and horse, and then 지.
칼지. You'll see this in a lot of 사자성어s here. So just
love that.
Utilizing this. And then the last one is pretty easy too. 일할 때 로.
Oh, okay, that's easy. So you're saying like the dog and the horse through these things are working? Is that kind of how
this gets a bit abstract, I would say. So basically to do the work of a dog and a horse, so very basic stuff to kind of lower yourself to their level and say, I'm doing what I can do, but it's at the level of a dog or a horse. Yeah.
I see. So it's not exactly flattering.
I guess not, yes.
No, this is kind of almost like, sorry, the amount of work I can do is...
It's pretty limited here. I'll do what I can.
Yeah, I'll try to help, but I'm kind of 견마지로, sorry. 현지 J here says, 옛날에는 용 그림 그릴 때 누나를 안 그렸대요. 눈을 그리면 용이 살아난다고 해서요.
무섭다.
진짜요? 진짜요? 그런 말이 있었어요? We got the good Oxford our PD names as well here. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. I've never heard that. Our PD here said he was like, oh my gosh, I was laughing when I was reading that. I never heard that.
Same
Did you?
here. Had no idea.
그거 처음 들어봤는데요. Oh, thank you for the message. I love learning new things. That's crazy. I want to draw a dragon now, so a dragon
staying
jumps
away
up.
from
I want
dragons
it. I want it.
Don't come alive, please, Mr. Dragon. Right?
So what is this last one here we have?
Okay, the last one here, also very visual. So, 연목구어.
연목구어. Okay, 연목구어. I'm guessing. I feel like I only can guess one.
Which one?
Is 목 here talking about like trees?
It sure is.
That's the only one I knew.
목, so 목요일 할 때 목.
That's the only one I know. And then the rest.
Thursday is tree day. Exactly,
Yep, that's exactly. I didn't want to say it. I was like 목요일.
Exactly. That's easy way to remember it. Okay. The first character 연 here is 인연할 때 연.
Okay.
So if you've heard the other 사자성어 I'll reference here is 천생연분, so a match made in heaven.
Oh, that's sweet.
To have destiny over 1,000 lives, right? So.
That's very cute. Here, so this one's talking about like is it the destiny of trees?
Not quite. So we'll keep going, right? So and then the third character here is 구할 때 구.
구할 때 구?
Yes, to acquire or to buy. Right?
Interesting. So, acquiring trees?
Exactly. And the last one here is 물고기 할 때 어.
Okay, so wait, no, it's not acquiring the trees, it's acquiring the fish.
Exactly. So you're acquiring the fish. How? You're attaching yourself or tying your destiny together with the tree.
That seems very not
it's counterintuitive,
smart.
right?
Yeah, I feel like you will not be catching any fish
if you
with
tie
a tree.
yourself to a tree. Exactly. And that's, in fact, what the entire phrase means. So climbing a tree to catch a fish.
Okay, so like you're kind of chasing the impossible.
Chasing the impossible. Barking up the wrong tree to catch the wrong fish, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so it kind of means like what you're doing here isn't really going to be valuable.
It's not going to work out. So the wrong means for the wrong objective, I would say. Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed learning about these here. I know I did, and maybe you can keep one of those in your memory banks here. But before we do go, I want to make sure that our voice actor gets the spotlight. So let's take a listen to our movie clip for today.
부자인데 착하다니까. 부자인데 착해가 아니라 부자니까 착한 거지. 뭔 소리인지 알아?
This is social commentary here. Oh my gosh, from a very famous movie that went global.
I did not see this movie yet.
Yeah, neither have I, and I really, really want to see it.
It's in my plans for this week. For anyone who is not familiar, this movie is called 기생충, which is Parasite in English.
And won 4 Oscars along with dozens of other awards around the world, from what I've heard.
It is just dominated
sure
the
has.
box office there. But here we've got kind of a very interesting dialogue going on.
We sure do. And there are 2 people speaking, but so I will try my best just to use one voice.
Okay, sounds good. I'm so excited to hear this.
Great. So 부자인데 착하다니까. 부자인데 착해가 아니라 부자니까 착한 거지. 뭔 소린지 알아?
Daniel, that was so good. Everyone, round of applause.
Thank you.
Fantastic work here. Now, what he's saying, like the comment here, it's actually really interesting
This is
because
some deep stuff.
the
Cutting
first-
commentary. Right?
yeah, the first person he says he's rich but nice, but it's what the second person says that's really interesting.
Yes. So the female actress here says, it's not that he's rich but nice. He's nice because he's rich.
Exactly. That was the interesting point I feel from that there. And you know, we love talking about all these different movies here, and I wish I had more time to delve into this one. So hopefully we'll get another Parasite reference here in the future. But
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, anybody who's seen it, please let us know your thoughts on it. We'd love to hear what you have to say. And Daniel, thank you so much for joining us today.
Always a pleasure.